Amazon has quietly been improving their voice assistant, and they've also been improving their suite of products. So I'm here to give you all the latest from Amazon with their Echo and voice assistant. Hello automators, thanks for tuning in again. I'm Brian from Automate Your Life, and today I'm going to take the frustration out of automation by keeping you up to date with your Amazon suite of products. Now, this is going to touch on a lot of new things that Amazon is doing, but the most important thing for sure is the new Automate Your Life skill that is available. Now, Andrew has been doing a ton of work, and he's actually creating a couple of skills for other creators, other content creators on YouTube, but this skill is already great. So let me give you a quick demo, and then I'll tell you a few details about it. Open the Automate Your Life skill.
Hello automators, thanks for tuning in again to Automate Your Life. Automate Your Life's latest video is called Google Home Updates and New Features for November 19th, 2019. Would you like to listen to it?
Yes. Now, I didn't want to play Google Home updates over Amazon's updates because that's got to be sacrilegious or something. I don't know, but Andrew's link to his PayPal is down below, and honestly, automators, what he's doing right now, I think he deserves to get a little bit of help. So I'm going to make sure I give him some help, or as much help as I can. And like I said, he's creating for other creators, so this is an amazing effort by Andrew. Now, we know the new Amazon products have been coming out in droves, and we have a number to talk about. Now, the Echo Studio, a lot of people were out there looking at that as a massive improvement over the Echo Plus sitting over here. Now, what I'll tell you is that a couple of the creators I've been talking to that have access to this device say the sound is fantastic, and they love the stereo capability just within that one device there from Amazon. So the reviews have been very positive. Now, what I'll tell you is it's been hard to get, and just a few days ago, actually, Amazon was saying you can't get this till after Christmas, but they are working on actually bringing up the dates. And I think today I saw December 7th as the date you could have an Echo Studio if you went and ordered today. The Echo Buds have come out, and they are receiving a number of positive reviews as well. So the battery life has been good enough for a lot of the normal earbud reviewers, and it has received pretty good recognition for its audio quality, even as a budget option. Now, on the flip side, the Fire TV Cube has not received the best of reviews, and I'll say I'm even a little bit frustrated at this point because one of the new products is the IR blaster here from Amazon. Now, what they've done is they've gone and created a $35 component that you can simply add on. You need a Fire Stick, you need an Echo speaker, and you can add that component on, and it's coming out right away here. But for $35, it essentially makes that upgrade to the Fire TV Cube useless. I mean, I just don't think there's enough reason anymore because that differential was the IR blaster. So that coming out, not receiving the best of reviews, I think you're going to want to head to the cheaper side, and if you ever want IR control, you can start to look at that Fire TV blaster. I'll be getting one, bring it on the channel, make sure you see it, just like the Echo Flex, which has again received kind of varied reviews here. It hasn't been all that positive, but I personally am interested to try out this device. Just don't expect a speaker out of this thing. I mean, it is tiny. If you can't tell, that is a tiny product here, and I'm not expecting much out of it considering the speaker size. Now, the Echoes also came out, and they're getting some pretty good discounts here come Black Friday, which we'll talk about in a bit. But the Echoes, the little sneaky part about it, and I'm going to keep saying this, if you have an Echo Plus, you can buy an Echo and get the stereo pairing. Now, talking about that stereo pairing, this is one of the most impressive things that Amazon has done in a while as far as I'm concerned. If you have a Fire TV stick, 4K, doesn't really matter if it's the Fire TV Cube, and you have a couple of Echoes, so you could have Echo Dots, or you could have Echoes or Echo Plus, second gen, and the new Echo, you could get incredible home theater 2.0 sound, and you can go ahead and you can add an Echo sub to that if you want 2.1 home theater sound connected to your Fire TV device. And yes, I'm talking about both music and I'm talking about your video coming through the Fire TV. So any of those services there, I've been watching Disney Plus like mad, which is another component of update we'll get to here in a second. But I've been watching a ton of that new content, Netflix content, Prime Video content, utilizing 2 Echo speakers. One thing about those services, I kind of talked about Disney Plus being available. It did come out day one, available on the Fire TV devices in a lot of countries. And just the same, you will see Apple TV now sitting on that as well. So some really great new premier services. And when you go down the list now with what Amazon has on that Fire TV experience, it's pretty impressive, especially with that home theater pairing capability. Now within the Fire TV experience, and I think in general with Amazon's experience, you're finding much more interruptions going on. So you're being advertised to, and I left this display today. I usually kind of put it into a do not disturb mode, and it's sitting there and it's rotating, and people call these ads or Amazon ads, and they are a little bit. And Amazon on the Fire TV experience, you will see now not mid show, but in between your shows in the middle there, you will see an Amazon ad in a lot of cases for some other show that they're trying to get you to go and watch on Prime Video. Now, the other thing that you're finding is those little, hey, try this, go and do your Amazon photos and try this. So they're doing a lot of this, and it's actually part of their overall goal here, and that's why I'm talking to you about it. It's not because we see the little ads and that's an update. No, the update is more about where Amazon is headed with their voice assistant and with their platforms in general. So what if you kind of pay attention to some of the interviews that are out there with actually their head of Amazon's voice assistant here? What he's saying is that they're trying to become incredibly predictive as to what you will want next. And that's part of the point of these. It's not so much to be about driving revenue, but it is trying to get ahead of what you will want next and be ready for that, and in some cases execute. Something we saw Philips and Google partner on just a little while ago was the ability to wake up with your lights and kind of go to sleep with your lights as well. Have them turn off over 30 minutes or turn on over 30 minutes, and you could change some of the timelines. Now, what Amazon has gone and done is what I think is more powerful, because this gives you access to really any light manufacturer that you have connected with your Amazon Echo devices. Now, your syntax for this is voice assistant, set an alarm for, let's say, 8 a.m. with, and then your light name. And what that will do is drop it into your Amazon voice assistant application, and then you can go in there and manage that alarm. Now, unfortunately, you cannot change the light that it's executing with just yet, and you don't really have a lot of options around that, but you can change the alarm. So if you have multiple of these to do in your home, just start it by voice and then go ahead and move into the application. Within the application as well, you're going to find a couple of new actions within Amazon's routines, and these are very, very powerful things. So the first one is actually the ability to wait, and we saw this come out a while ago, but what we didn't have access to was getting it all the way down to 5 seconds. And this becomes very powerful when you think about workout routines or setting up things that you want to do as a workout. You can now wait 5, 10, 15 seconds, whatever you want, and then have it go on to the next component. So you can create some really powerful routines just with that new wait function. The other thing is the ability to bring up skills. So you can actually open the Automate Your Life skill every morning if you'd like within your alarm routine. That can be, I want you to wake up to me, my face, and hey, why not my voice too? So this might be the most powerful item I've seen from Amazon actually in a long time. And the reason I say that is it mirrors something Google has done, but I think it executes better. Now, what you can ask is you can ask your voice assistant to remember something. But what's even more powerful is you can ask it about that. So you can kind of search it like an index. So if I have 3 things that I want my voice assistant to remember about Automate Your Life, I can actually ask that. So let's go through a demo. What do you remember about my YouTube channel?
This is what I found. My YouTube channel posts on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays.
Remember that my YouTube channel has 41,000 subscribers.
You want me to note my YouTube channel has 41,000 subscribers, right?
Yes.
Okay, noted. To hear your notes, just ask what are my notes, or go to the notes section in the Alexa app.
Now, I should say that that last item actually came from our community boards, and our automators have been showing us how to use those routines for a while, and they have also been showing us skills like this. So that's a great resource for a lot of you because there's a lot of people using Amazon's voice assistant very heavily to do some very complex things, and there are great guides there. A couple of vulnerabilities within the Amazon system here to tell you about, and when I tell you about these, I think they're actually realistic, and this first one is what I think is the most realistic hack that I've seen available to kind of the regular person. Now, what can happen is if a laser is pointed, the right type of laser is pointed at a microphone port, and this goes for any really smart speaker that has a microphone port and accepts commands, then the person can actually utilize that to mimic your voice. It's just how the technology works. And I've seen it done a couple of different ways, but the researchers who figured this out, they're basically saying this is a pretty tough one to guard against, and I would agree with that. So the best guard for you right now before Amazon, Google, Apple, any of these companies can figure out a way through this is really just to think about the placement of your speakers. The other issue, and I think this is a little more commonplace than most people understand, but when setting up some of the Ring doorbells, what happens is they're actually sending out the Wi-Fi credentials to get connected or to keep them, and unfortunately, those were unencrypted in a lot of cases. Now, this is only on the initial setup, so you have to keep that in mind. This is an initial setup. You're out there, you're putting it in for the first time, you put those credentials, and it does that handshake where basically your phone hands it to your Ring device, and then your Ring device is sending that on. Now, unfortunately, that was unencrypted as it went out the very first time. The new Ring Video Doorbell 3 has made it to the FCC, so we will see a new version, and I'm betting at CES here in 2020 we will see a new version of their video doorbell. Before Black Friday, there are going to be a ton of smart home deals, and Alan has actually already gone and created a smart home deals for the Amazon website. It's up on our website called automatelife.net. You can find that link down below and go check that out. Now, of course, I'm going to have a big video here come out, and we're keeping all of these deals on our community boards as well. So couple of reasons to go to both of those. That video will be coming out the Thursday before Black Friday. Otherwise, you can go watch the recommendations I have, the top 10 recommended items I'm looking at for Black Friday here in the smart home space. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and of course, don't hate, automate.